Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try and go through these new pictures of Wonder Woman, trying to give you a sequence of some of the events that took place. So here's Steve Trevor. He seems to be a spy, because we know this from other information. It seems as though he's trying to escape here. We know from the information he's going to shoot up the whole place and drop a bomb or two, and he escapes. But he ends up on Paradise Island. Well, he doesn't end up on Paradise. He crashes outside of Paradise Island. Diana brings him ashore. And because of that, you see him here being interrogated by Hippolyta and Diana. We can't see in this picture. What you see is Manalipe here, and she's holding the lasso of truth on him. It's really funny to see how he reacts, trying to hide information from the lasso of truth, which is not going to happen. Here, this is Paradise Island. It looks like it's being attacked. So Trevor is still on the island, and you see Diana there. It's being attacked here. You can see an explosion in the background. What looks to me like ships coming in, and there seems to be an attack coming from the other side. So it seems as though the people follow Trevor to this spot. Okay. So there's a big war that ensues between the Amazons and the invaders, and the Amazons win, clearly. And here's Trevor also with his gun. And Hippolyta, she seems to be angry with Diana. That's as much we know. Now we skip a whole set of stuff, and it seems as though Diana has escaped Paradise Island, I guess without the permission of her mother, because she stole stuff. Or maybe she didn't get no blessing, or maybe she did, I don't know. I remember in a clip, her mother saying, you know, if you go, you may never come back. And Diana saying, who would I be if I stay? So clearly Diana left, and her mother was trying to protect her, and it seems as though her mother will never see her again, and she will never return to Paradise Island. Something like that happens. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe her mother dies. Who knows? But it's apparently she's going to go into the world of men and probably never return to Paradise Island, which is crazy. That would make sense, that she's just kind of wandering the earth, hiding in the background after this World War I event. But we'll see. What we do know is this picture showing here, she's in New York. I'm not New York, what am I saying? She's in London. She's landed. It seems as though she's just recently landed in London too. You can see Steve Trevor has an open shirt here, and he's got this trench coat thing, and he's got a book in his hand. So I'm assuming, based on the clips, that he stole that book. And I believe he stole it from Dr. Poison. So maybe the place where we were seeing all those planes was actually Dr. Poison's place. Here is Diana selecting clothes, apparently. And Etta Candy's trying to guide her through that process. And I guess they're talking to one another to learn about this world that Diana's now in. So she's assimilated sort of like into the times, the period, so she doesn't stand out. Apparently she wants to hold on to the sword and spear. Sword and shield. That makes sense. I mean, they are deadly weapons, which if they get into the wrong hands, it's over. So I understand where she's coming from, but she doesn't understand the world around her. So it's pretty funny, I think. Here they are. They're listening into some phone conversation. Notice that Diana is no longer in that dress. She decides to, I guess, get rid of that stuff. And it seems as though they're talking to Etta Candy. So, and Etta Candy's pointing to a spot on this map here. So that means it's some strategic thing, and they're somewhere. They're probably near to the war. That's probably what's going on. Here's Sir Patrick in the background here. This is the guy they say is Ares, but I don't know. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Here they are in the midst of war. So they're finally on the battlefield, which is why Steve Trevor has a gun pulled. And you also see he has backup. You remember he talked about backup when they were arguing about going into the war? And here is Diana with the crew, and it seems as though they're triumphant because the war seems to be over in that area. And you see some soldiers in the background. So I'm not too sure who they were fighting for, if they were fighting for the Germans or if they were fighting for the Allied forces. Not quite sure, but I would assume it's the Allied forces because you got this guy who seems to be Scottish or Irish. I, I don't know why this guy. But it's also a multinational band of people. So this could be the Black Hawks you're looking at. You know, this could be the start of the Black Hawks. So that's interesting. This is a very interesting photo. How does Trevor pull off stealing Dr. Margot's book? He's an American spy. He obviously talks like an American. But yeah, he's dressed up like a Russian. A German right now. And you see the cross right there. And we know Diana's there. Because she was in the blue dress and she danced with General Ludendorff. So, I mean, and she has this big old sword in her back. I don't know how she pulls that off. But the truth be told, what's going on here? This is very intriguing. Dr. Poison, Steve Trevor, they're talking, and Steve Trevor has drinks in his hand. What is going on here? I don't know. But we know that Dr. Margot, aka Dr. Poison, is a scientist. So, I have no idea how Steve Trevor even got in there, how they can even be talking. I have no idea how this is working out. Maybe I don't understand, because he's got a cross on him. So he's got to be here working with the Germans. It's actually what is happening here. How did he infiltrate again, and how did Diana even get to infiltrate? That's a very interesting question. And I know they know who Steve Trevor is, because maybe they don't know who he is. Maybe they don't know his face. That would make sense. So that he escaped with Dr. Margot's stuff, but they were able to follow his plane probably, but they never seen him face to face. Maybe that's it, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But anyway, these are the series of photos I saw, and I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It kind of gives a little, I tried to put it in a certain order so that you can kind of get some kind of plot or story from it. You probably aren't getting much, but anyway, I hope that you're intrigued by it. Have a good one, guys.